Welcome to Sydney here, where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray.
It's your boy Nikki Tay.
And today, we are reviewing It, Chapter 2.
Directed by Andy Muschietti, starring James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, Bill Hader, and Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise. Part 2, or Chapter 2 of It. You had to see this coming, right? It was the transition from them as kids to adults, and they have to go back and fight, or finish, rather I should say, Pennywise the Clown. This has been one of the most highly anticipated movies of the year, following, Endgame and Lion King and Toy Story 4, right? It Part 2. For me, this was everything. I think it delivered on everything I wanted this movie to deliver on, at a minimum, right? It gave us a good follow-up, gave us a good sequel that paid homage to the original film and also did some things closer to the book as well. Great movie.
All that you said was cool. It was cool. But I think the bigger question is, since this movie is 2 hours and 50 minutes long, when you think about times like that, you think of movies like Endgame and Godfather, Scarface, you think about these really long, great movies. Does this movie live up to its runtime? Is it worth watching? Do you get bored? And I think the biggest thing I can say is it actually did. Like, this movie had a long runtime and you didn't feel it. And in any long movie, you shouldn't feel the runtime, right? Like, it has to engage you in a way where no matter how long a movie is, you are in the world, and this movie delivered on that point 100%. Even with it being so long, I still did not feel the runtime. And I think that alone is amazing. So let's actually get into the movie itself. Just like the original, or I should say part 1, or chapter 1 of It, this movie was creepy for me. It wasn't scary. The last one didn't scare me, and this movie didn't scare me as well. This movie is a very, very creepy movie, and it just doubled down on that in a good way. Now, all of the scenes that were, quote unquote scary did do their job. They held their purpose. They were, for me, very creepy and made me do that more than actually did scare me. So I gotta give props when props is due. Like, the movie still did a good job in creeping me out. And if that was a goal, then they delivered on that 100%.
Agreed. Movie is very creepy and suspenseful, which I think helps keep that 2 hour and 50 minutes feel a lot shorter. And I think even though I hate to say this, right, the special effects in this movie I think are still really good, right, and especially comparing it to the TV miniseries, right, which now feels a bit hokey, a bit dated in the effects. In this one, they show off a bit more of the creature. I'll just leave it at that. And it works. It's not like too over the top or in a place where I'm like, oh, this doesn't feel right. It feels almost natural, and I appreciate what they did for that.
And I do as well. But I think the biggest stars of this movie was the acting. The acting in this movie was phenomenal. The kids did great. Shout out to the kids in the first Ed. Shout out to the kids. I don't want to take nothing from them. But the adults turned the kitchen up. The kitchen was on fire, and the food that was delivered was amazing. Everybody did great from an acting standpoint. It was too much. It almost felt like they were all going for Oscars. It almost felt like they all were giving you everything that they had and laying it all on the line, right? Certain parts was not good as others. Overall, from an acting standpoint, this is probably one of the best acting horror movies, maybe since Us, right?
Yeah, easily.
Maybe since Us. Because Us, they did a great job too. And I feel like it's crazy how the level of acting is picking up in horror movies. You don't usually see that level of acting in a horror movie, but this movie, and James McAvoy, of course, leading the pack, they all did great.
Yeah, absolutely stole my point. I think, again, since movies like Get Out and Us, It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2, I can actually talk about the caliber of acting I'm getting from a horror thriller movie, which is something amazing, right? Typically we get the stupid characters with the cheesy actor and actresses in their first movie role who go on and make 2 other bad horror movies and they disappear, right? We got heavy hitters in this film. We got people with good movies under their belt, great acting capability, and it definitely adds to this movie 100%.
Absolutely. And I think the best thing that this movie did was, since it had such a long run time, it did a good job of filling in some of the slower parts were scares, right? Or for me, you know, cringy in a good way, right? Creepy, cringy type of scares in there for me. So they did a good job of filling in all those slower parts with that, as long as building the story, right? So the story was going on, but they filled in all the stories with the suspense and the horror. And that was good, because with it being so long, you would think that it would be gaps of slowness and gaps of like, all right, get to the scares, get to the real meat of the story. But I think that this movie did a good job of filling in those gaps with the appetizers, and the appetizers being the scares. Did this movie live up to all of the hype that me and you've been saying the whole time? And every scary movie review, we always bring up it, right? We always say,
of course,
it is coming, and hopefully it can live up to everything we want it to be. Did this movie live up to everything me and Nikki Tate have been building up? And I have to say, yes, it did. It did live up to everything we thought this movie was going to be, or at least for me, I'm going to say me, everything I thought it was going to be. I knew I was going to be very, very scared. I knew of that coming in. And I always got to give a little bit of a knock for that, for me. Because in a horror movie, I want to be scared as much as an adult can, right? And that movie didn't do that for me. But the movie did creep me out in a good way. And that's why I still got to give this movie an 8.4. I think this movie is solid. I think this is probably one of the best horror movies this year. And I think that anybody that was looking forward to this movie should still look forward to it and definitely go see it.
Not including us, I think It Too will be the best horror movie that we get this year. Even though we still have movies coming out like Dr. Sleep, there's a Black Christmas remake, so there's still some on the horizon, but I don't think I'm going to be as excited for them, or I can at least say I'm not as excited for them as I was for It Too. This film did everything I needed to do. I would say probably my only complaint is the fact that it is 2 hours and 50 minutes. So I'm not as excited to go and see this movie again, even though, as we've already said, the 2 hours and 50 minutes does feel shorter, but that's still 2 hours and 50 minutes of my life that I'm giving to this movie. In conclusion, a flat 9. I think for the horror genre, this is a huge win. And I wish, I just wish, even though I know it probably can't be, that they did a part 3. Right? I know they can't do it, right? The book is essentially done. They could go back, probably give us a prequel or do something cool, tell us more parts about the story, or fill out the monster we know as Pennywise to be something else. But for all intents and purposes, this is the last we get. And I'm thankful. I enjoyed both parts. Congratulations to everybody who worked on this film. You did it. That completes the review of It Chapter 2. I hope you guys can go out and see it. Carve out some nice time in your day. You know, like a Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning. Great time to see this movie.
Football.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's tough to go to the movies on a Sunday. Saturday afternoon would be the ideal time.
Yep.
Go spend 3 hours in the movie theater, get a nice big bucket of popcorn, a big icy, sit back and relax and enjoy it. You know, don't take somebody that's gonna be overly scared. Get somebody that can relax. You know, go with the scares, hang with the flow. And then after you watch, you know, watch a review or watch a review before you go.
And let us know what you think, for sure.
Absolutely. Let us know what you think. And you can always do that by liking the video or commenting. Hit the notification bell if you really love us. You want to see the rest of our reviews for the remainder of the year. And as always, don't forget, you've seen it here.